Hello and welcome back to Heroes on Fire, this lower bracket best of 3 between Decima eSports and FTS Gaming. In fact, that is showing the wrong score since we have Decima eSports on 1 and FTS Gaming on 0. Decima eSports winning the first game on Sky Temple. They went for a double tank lineup in the form of Stitches and Muradin. Worked out pretty well for them. We're going to see the Illidan ban come out for FTS Gaming, who do get the ban, and the Zeratul ban on Dragonshire for Decima eSports. Both the highest priority melee assassins in the game, just reducing all the damage dealers to range. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Illidan ban, definitely very, very high priority. I don't think Zeratul's that strong of a ban, although much stronger on things like Cursed Hollow or Dragonshire, where the games drag out longer. Since Zeratul, I'll talk about the Zeratul ban here, sorry. Since Zeratul, as soon as he hits level 20 or even 16, does get a huge power spike with double bombs, with rewind. And that makes him quite a scary hero to come up against. So potentially see a longer game here on Dragonshire. The Zeratul ban does start to make more sense. FTS Gaming then first pick the Sergeant Hammer that wasn't banned out. They seem to very much like that hero. They banned it out on Sky Temple, and then they picked it up here on Dragonshire. So FTS gonna have that siegeable position, probably go in bottom lane. See how that goes for them. Push the bottom lane very, very quickly. So strong. In response, Decima eSports again, they take up that Vala and the Zebo, two of the highest priority ranged assassins in the game, picking them up. They had both of them last game. Scarlet Wolf played that Vala. Their team captain, I believe, Nazebo's Ravenous Spirit, again did a lot of work. He was most hero damage for Decima eSports, I think, by the end of the last game. FTS Gaming responds with a Rhaegar and ETC pickup. Elite Tour Chieftain very good at disrupting the strafe from Vala if she takes it, although last game they took Rain of Vengeance, and good at disrupting that Nazebo's Ravenous Spirit. So we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to see if FTS's ETC will be successful in doing that. Was not in the first game, see if they're able to do that in the second game. Decima eSports then picks up their Brightwing and the Stitches, very much favouring the Brightwing healing pick here, even though Uther was still in the pool at this point. I think with the Blink Heal and with how strong their Brightwing play was last game, definitely working out for them a lot. I don't see anything wrong with that. Also, Stitches, the hooks last game were very good. Lots of pickups on the Uther, lots of hooks, just fantastic play by their Stitches. I've forgotten who played it now, but very, very strong. Looking forward to seeing those hooks come out again. Last two pickups by FTS Gaming, we see the Uther again, so a double healer composition. Interesting, it is Dragonshire, but there is no Illidan, so double healer composition. Not too sure how I feel about that. They're probably going to use the Uther as like a secondary tank. Somebody up in the front line doesn't really mind if he dies because he still gets to do things after he's dead. And then we see that Zagara. Maul being particularly strong. They got some fantastic Mauls off last game. Almost won them, won them a fight, and it almost won them several more. Good pickup, lots of damage, good siege. Good siege damage, potentially just a solo push out that top lane against the Nazebo, or even extra hard push with that Sergeant Hammer. We see the last pick from Decima eSports, an interesting one here, Chen. Now the normal Chen build we're seeing is mass health regen, just all the health regen, and it works particularly well against people who don't have stuns. Now we see a knockback on Sergeant Hammer, we have lots of stuns on ETC, we've got lots of stuns on Uther, and we see more, probably more coming out for the Zagara here, so maybe not the best pickup. Decima eSports again favouring that double tank lineup. One support, two assassins, two tanks. See how it goes for them. It worked out very well in the last game with Muradin. Muradin was still in the pool at this point, but they're going with Chen. Not too sure on their decision on this point, but hopefully it works out for them. So, now the draft is over with, let's get into the game. Okay, just quickly changing up, so we have the Decima eSports thing. I told you I'd have to do that. Okay, coming back into the game, we're going to see, there we go, on the side of FTS Game, we're going to have Leosa and Chen soloing that top lane. We are going to have Black Drake on the Nazebo, Scarlet Wolf again on that Vala, Azalom playing that Stitches for the second time. Same with Breathe No More playing that Toothless Brightwing for the side of Decima eSports on the left hand side on that Brightwing.
3, 2.
Then on the right hand side for FTS Gaming, we're going to have Kyla Star playing the Uther. We're going to have Danae, who played Falstad last game on the Sergeant Hammer. It's a very cool skin. We're going to have Coolrig on the Rhaegar. We're going to have 100 Kilo again on that ETC, and we're going to have Huzix on his Zagara, who was a very strong play last game. Probably going to see Regen Master coming out of the Chen, and we do. Arcane Precision, again coming out of the Brightwing. Still not too sure how I feel about that talent. Does good damage, but you're missing out on Bribe. And even the extra block from Pixie Dust, I'm not too sure how much I agree with that decision. We're going to have the double healer plus Sergeant Hammer lane down bottom. We're going to have Stitches come in to counter that Hammer push. If Hammer sieges up just here to hit the tower, then we'll just see Stitches hook him into the tower, and he's going to have to Z out or take a lot of damage. Potentially potentially both. You can see a good hook here on Coolrig, who's just going to Feral Spirit out, drop the Earthbind Totem. So it's actually, yeah, it is an Earthbind Totem. His Earth Grasp Totem is the level 16 upgrade. We're going to have the health regen bonus on Creep for Zagara coming out here. Healing Totem, perfectly predictable, block on ETC, Conjurer's Pursuit, and Advanced Artillery. Coolrig taking a good chunk of damage here as the shrines spawn up. Rhaegar wanting to secure the shrine. He's going to get healed by the Uther a couple times, plus Lightning Shield on himself, but he's actually falling here and he's going to die to the slam of Stitches plus multi-shot of Scarlet Wolf here. Some damage on Azalom, but he has taken Chew Your Food again. Going for a very, very tanky Stitches build. Like to see how that works out for him. Zagara versus the Stitches, versus the Chen here in top lane. Not particularly favourable for Chen, since Hunter Killer does a lot of damage, plus Roaches, plus Zagara's damage as well. That's good. That's an unfortunate matchup for the Chen. Not even sure if he's going to be able to get many regen globes for his Regeneration Master. 100 Kilo, Nazebo versus ETC. This was the matchup we saw in top lane last game on Sky Temple. I think it's not particularly favourable for the ETC, but he does get caught out here. He's already used his Power Slide. Not able to get at that and get picked up by that rotation, and fantastic hook again by Azalom. Scarlet Wolf again on that Vala. They're just rotating up. Hunter Killer comes out just to do a bit more damage to that Vala, and they're going to pick up the top shrine. Bottom shrine have been taken by the Sergeant Hammer plus the Uther as a response to Stitches and Vala leaving that bottom lane. Hunter Kilo and Coolrig on that Rhaegar, not able to pick up Black Drakes and Zebo. Stitches waiting here in the bushes, and he's just going to reveal himself and come out. Potentially not reveal himself. Dano's going to siege up. Quite probably just take this tower. We see the hook come out, a fantastic dodge by him on his hammer. That is good play right there. Earthbind Totem coming out with a Lightning Shield on top of it just to deal more damage. Clear out that creep wave faster. We're going to see Coolrig almost stop them taking the shrine, but not successfully doing so. Polymorph on the hooked hammer, and not much is going to come after that. Chen actually taking the top shrine here. Misses both of his sort of skill shots on Huzix. Taking some tower damage, but it's not actually going to fall in health because of the regen shield you get. Both shrines taken for Decima eSports. And Black Drake looking to take that, not going to be able to with 100 Kilo and Coolrig just to block that off. Although fantastic zombie wall here out from Black Drake, stop it blocking in Coolrig, who's going to have to duke up top to not die here, which means Scarlet Wolf will be absolutely free to take that Dragonite. It's an early 4-minute Dragonite we see out here for Decima eSports. Looking very strong in this second game of a best of 3. Will they be able to close the deal, keep their chances in this competition alive, since this is lower bracket? So if you lose this best of 3, you are out of the competition, and the winner moves on to face somebody else in the lower brackets, hoping to advance to the finals. Dragonite doing some work, taking the wall, and then rotating down to bottom to do the same thing here. Dane has sieged up very close to the wall here actually, not a particularly strong position, but gets healed up, plus the healing ward. A lot of ways of not dying. Sieging up again very close to the wall. Dragonite's gonna time out actually before it dies. Good play by Scarlet Wolf on that Dragonite, maximising the amount of damage that thing's going to be able to do. Seen Nazebo taking a lot of damage here. So is 100 Kilo. Black Drake's just going to regen that up with his death ritual, as that keeps stacking up and up and up. What health is he? He is on 53 stacks at the 5 minute mark. That is really good. I normally consider 10 stacks a minute to be pretty solid. Is he going to get picked off here actually? No, the Brightwing comes in with her Z. What's that called? With the phase shift, that's the one. Just about saving Black Drake's life with the trait passive. Healing up that Nazebo instantly as soon as it came on. We're going to see level 10 here for Decima eSports. FTS Gaming having to back out just to not risk that level 10 engagement before they get level 10, but they get it quite quickly afterwards. Dane here on the hammer, almost getting caught out by that hook. Wall is not down, but taking a good chunk of damage. Ultimates, we're going to see Rain of Vengeance again. Again, Putrid Bile, no Gorge. I suppose it is a 3 melee lineup with the Rhaegar, Uther and ETC this time, so even better than it was last game. It did some work last game. You can see a hook hit the fort there. Dane able to Z away anyway. Wandering Keg. See that barrel roll coming out from the Chen. Always entertaining to watch. Very strong. And picked up a lot more frequently than Earthstorm and Fire is now that they've nerfed Earthstorm and Fire so that you know you can be interrupted during that cast animation. Ravenous Spirit and Blink Kill, again not particularly unfamiliar and uncommon pickups. You can see Mosh Pit this time instead of Stage Dive. I think this is again another good Stage Dive map for helping out an ally on the opposite side of the map trying to take a shrine, but Mosh Pit, we'll see how it works for FTS Gaming. Hopefully it'll go well for them. Dane just able to Z out of that Rain of Vengeance, and that is a Putrid Bile and Rain of Vengeance for nothing. Napalm Strike doing a lot of damage here from the Sergeant Hammer, plus the Uther stunning him in. ETC comes in, stunning him, knocking him back. Good Mosh Pit, locking out the Brightwing and that Stitches. Again able to pick up both of those kills. Fantastic play, good combo by the Uther with his Divine Storm to set up that ETC Mosh Pit. Again we see Devouring Maw, and we're going to see Ancestral Healing from Rhaegar. Nothing out of the ordinary. Chen is making sure he's holding this top shrine. Doing really well now. He has 3 regen stacks, so that's okay going. We're going to have both supports here to try and take out the Chen, but they don't have nearly enough damage to kill this Chen. He's just going to be able to regen the hell up as much as he wants, and solo them, basically. But with Scarlet Wolf on that Vala coming in, Corey getting caught out by the Azalam hook from the Stitches, that's going to be his death. And Decima eSports hold the top shrine. Ozek's getting caught out by the zombie wall, taking a bit of damage, but Black Drake is a little bit lower, taking a couple of tower shots as well. Kalstar comes in, stuns Black Drake, gonna take a bit of damage from the Uther, plus that Zagara. Not gonna die though, just gonna death ritual up some more life, get quite high. Dane not quite in range of that tower, maybe it was a missed siege, but Napalm Strike plus the siege giants are going to be able to clear that up, with the fort being taken down here from bottom. Little experience boost, bring them on par fort-wise with Decima eSports, which does mean Decima have that small experience lead of about half a level, maybe a bit more. Feral Lunge coming out from Rhaegar, great to see. Fantastic talent. We are going to see Mutalisk come out from this guy here. Up to 100 kilo, getting caught out maybe. Wow, fantastic Rain of Vengeance on 100 kilo and Dane. Dana's going to get hooked in, but almost unfortunate positioning. Does get killed off in the end. Rhaegar slowing everybody down, able to escape with 100 kilo on that ETC. Which does mean that Decima are going to be able to take this bottom shrine and potentially the Dragonite, since Chen is not going to lose to an Uther in top. And there's a lot of damage, wow. A lot of damage being done to the Rhaegar. Ancestral Healing actually having been popped to save him, and a fantastic 3-man mosh pit by 100 Kilo. Blackberry gets picked off, Scarlet Wolf dying. Potentially should have picked off the Scarlet Wolf first since he was close to the base, and then body blocking out the Majibo, but that it is now a 5v4. Hammer's going up to top lane to, well, it's a 4v4. Hammer going up to top lane to potentially take that shrine. Leosa's barrel helping them disengage, but not much else going to come from that. Leosa taking a good chunk of damage. You see any stun on the Chen whilst he's drinking, that's a lot of his regen gone. Just a missed hook from Azalam here. He's been almost on point with those. And the Hammer's going to pick up that top shrine, keeping FTS safe from that Dragonite for a few minutes more. Read no more, going to pick up some mana in Leosa on his Chen, just going to drink with his barrel, get all that mana regen. We see him 1v2ing at the moment, drinking. We're going to have the Brightwing come in, but FTS do get it. Sorry, Decima do get a Dragonite out of this, so that's all Leosa needed to do. You can see him turn around, do some damage to the Rhaegar, but he's going to have to move away if he doesn't want to die. We're going to see this second wave of Rain of Vengeance actually from Scarlet Wolf hitting that Rhaegar. He's going to have to Ancestral Healing to keep himself alive again, but he should just be able to run away with his Feral Wolf, his Feral Spirit form, off of the back of this. Meanwhile, the Dragonite's just going to push in and take this mid fort, as we have 3 people pushing top lane against Dane and Kulrig. Level 16 out for everybody. Blood for blood for the Vala. Hover in siege mode, obviously. For the Hammer, we're going to have Leosa jump over, barrel in to push Hammer plus the Rhaegar away. Hammer's going to get caught out, blocked between a Chen and a wall. That is not a good place. And he is going to be picked off. Kulrig not able to save Hammer with Ancestral Healing on cooldown. And Uther getting picked off in the middle as well. Uther getting picked off at some point. I believe I missed that kill. This does mean that the top 4 might die here. Gonna be brought low, and then they're gonna back off, playing it nice and safe. Decima eSports doing very well to not overextend, not risk anything. Again, that middle fort, it didn't risk it, it didn't extend. It's on very low health, but it's still alive for FTS, so well defended. And yet, Decima waiting for the next opportunity to push, to pick up 2 forts and get a much bigger experience lead than they have at the moment, which is just over a level at this point. 6 kills to 2, not the most eventful game as far as kills go. The Chamber are going to get Regen Master, Swift Reflexes, which is a better block. Brewmaster's Balance, whilst at or below 50 brew, 50%, 20% movement speed, whilst at or above you get extra regen, 10 regen per second. That's really strong for keeping him alive. Relentless, less stuns, and Flying Kick roots, or at least slows them now by 90%. I'm going to focus on the Chen a little bit since he's not a particularly common pick. Just point out his build there. We see a lot of the same. 100 kilo on AC, block, Echo Pedal, Guitar Hero, Relentless Spirit. Sorry, Imposing Presence. We don't see Imposing Presence from the Uther, potentially a good pickup, although Hardened Focus is very strong, especially if able to stay out of range. And we should be seeing ETC plus even the Rhaegar going in and taking a bit of that damage. Uber Rockstar taken. And interestingly, I saw from Hammer Barricade create a wall with his knockback. What is his knockback called? It's called Concussive Blast, that's one. So it creates an impassable wall. Say impassable, it creates just a wall blocking. Wow, there it is, a good Maul just on the stitches in fact. I thought Maul was going to get caught in there. Dante having to back off with Rhaegar, keep him alive. Wow, ETC knocked out of his moth pit by the Chen barrel. Very good play. 100 kilo caught out here. Gonna have to power slide through. Nobody falling yet. 100 kilo getting low. Gonna get hooked by the stitches. A fantastic hook. Uther just about managing to keep the ETC alive. Plus the Rhaegar heals. And Decima eSports, most of their damage has been is mostly on Scarlet Wolf. They're looking particularly strong, mostly on full health, whilst the rest of FTS Gaming, all about half health, having to back off, which does mean that both shrines go to Decima, and they're going to get their 3rd Dragonite of the game. Those on the chin picking that one up. Not able to contest. Telstar actually getting caught out in the wall of zombies here. He's potentially going to fall for this. Heals himself. 100 kilo, knocking people back, doing some stunning. Luther's not going to fall. With a healing ward out. You can see Hammer with the knockback. And actually, has Sergeant Hammer? No, he hasn't taken Mine's knockback. So no kills there, still 6 for 2, but big engagements. A lot of people are falling quite low. I just feel like FTS maybe doesn't have the damage, 100 kilo, potentially getting caught up, but in fact it looks like Aslam on the Stitches is going to be in a bad position. Leosa in that Dragon Knight, potentially going to lose the Dragon Knight, it's not the end of the world. Divine Storm comes out to deal a bit extra damage to that, plus the Judgment from Luther. Good hook from Stitches on Luther, going to get polymorphed up by the Brywing, but not much going to come of that. Healing Ward is dropped, or Healing Totem rather, is dropped by the Rhaegar. I'd like to see that have a different visual effect, and it's still called Healing Ward, even though only one person on their team has Healing Ward, which is in fact the Healing Totem. I'd like to see a different visual effect and the name be Healing Totem. Again, this is beta, so that's potentially going to change. We could see more come out from Huzzix here, actually missing everyone, so that's a whiff ultimate there. Not level 20, so not going to get cooled down, although there have been very few kills, so even then. And on top of that, much more likely to see Bolt of the Storm for Zagara. Dane with hovering siege mode, just going to be looking strong there in defensive position, sieging up this wall. Kalistar and that Uther almost dying there. Kalistar getting caught out. We're going to actually see 100 kilo in a bad spot. Potential mosh pit here on a lot of them. He does get mosh pitted and ancestraled up by the Rhaegar, catching out two Leosa and Azalon on that Stitches. But a huge amount of damage coming out from Decima eSports. Kulrig almost going to die on the Rhaegar, 100 kilo almost certainly going to die on that ATC. And we finally get a kill after a long period. Huzzix going to fall on the back as well. And the Uther dying. Missed that. His spirit did not alarm me till when he died. Meaning that there is a full 5-man push down middle. 14 Decima. Leosa just going to tank tower and fort shots, or rather cute shots, using up that ammo before they're just going to push in and take it. We do have Siege Giants down at bottom pushing for FTS, but we do again on counter to that have Bruisers pushing top for Decima. Keep falls middle, still only 2 alive. Dana gets hooked fantastically by Azalon, and he is going to fall off the back of that. It's level 21 for Decima. Nexus Fury again on the Vala. It's a double hardened shield again for both their tank players. Bolt of the Storm for them and Zebo, not the upgraded Ravna Spirit, and Rewind for the Brightwing. Hammer dead. There's not even that much defensive damage coming out. Kulrig's actually going to take a huge amount of damage and fall on the back there. Wow, even though Ancestral Healing was used, the Ampliosa go into a barrel and knock people around, just bully them a bit. 100 kilo, put into a bad position of this. Right next to 4, in fact 5 of Decima eSport. And that is another 2 dead. That means Decima eSport will probably just push and win. Fantastic hook again by the Stitches. Huzzix's going to die on the back of that on that. On that Zagara, Ravenous Spirit coming out for glory, deal that extra bit of damage to the core, and that is GG. Decima eSports advancing in the lower bracket in this best of 3 to FTS Gaming. 2-0 for them. Very well played. By no means was it a stomp, particularly both games. I mean, Decima eSports showed dominance, but it wasn't a stomp. FTS going down with a good fight. Very well played by them. Hopefully we'll see more of them in the future. Until then, I've been Axel of FTS Gaming. Thanks for watching Heroes on Fire. It's been lower bracket round. I keep repeating myself, between Decima and FTS Gaming. Stay tuned for more. Subscribe when more to be notified when more videos come out. And until next time, guys.